Good morning. I'm Colleen Derrick with Swaggers Insurance. We are on week number 2 of our August session of mini courses. The topic, it's a journey, not a race. Work-life balance, family, budgeting, investing, all of these things, they're not meant to be a competition and a race. They're meant to be a process, an experience. Last week, we discussed that our 4 topics are going to be live, give, grow, and we covered live last week. To do a quick recap, we talked about looking at our budget through a different lens, unbundling it from this rat race mentality, and how to adjust just our attitude and our interaction with food a little bit, how we approach our homes, our personal needs when we're making those decisions. Again, just a little bit of a different lens perhaps we can look through. And for transportation, again, to unbundle pleasure and purpose. Not that the one is more important than the other, but the beauty of holding them in balance. Enjoying eating, letting it be about a shared experience, letting our systems process rather than just shoveling some sort of substance through, really giving our body what it needs and allowing it the space and environment to absorb nutrition and apply that to functioning with health. That our home, spending so much money on our homes, are we looking at them as a haven for rest? Are we seeing them as a delight in and of their own experience as opposed to just a means to an end, supporting a different purpose? And our friends, our social lives, are we celebrating the joy of fellowship? This week, we're going into the topic of giving. Now, giving can be carved up in many different ways. When we're talking about giving back, that's a little different than giving forward, which is again different than investing. When we're giving alms to the poor, it's as important for those of us who are giving as for those who are receiving. For us to slow down and acknowledge the struggles of those around us and marry that with empathy, then put that in a vehicle of action. Transforms our process of seeing other people, marrying compassion with action, recognizing that there are people who have less than us. That doesn't mean they have less value. That doesn't mean we are not called to interaction with people who have less than us. We have an opportunity to honor individuals with respect and dignity. We also have an opportunity to share what we have. So when we slow down and really see those in need and then take the time to do something about it, our focus shifts and engages our heart. Then we have tithes or operational funding. This is different than giving to the poor. This is where we're seeing a group of people that have created an organization, whether that be church, whether that be something like the Mennonite Central Committee, that are functioning as a unit to benefit others. Financially supporting groups, coordinating larger scale ongoing endeavors makes us a team member in real change. It's a very different scope. You may say, well, Colleen, what if I'm giving tithe to a small church? That small church is not isolated. That church, as you give to it, has kingdom value and kingdom impact and is part of the kingdom body. Small organizations are still endeavoring to reach a greater audience to produce a greater benefit than a single person can alone. Again, a very different mindset when we're consistently funding these ventures with monthly contributions or annual contributions. They can build a budget and book into expenses that otherwise might not be an option. Not to say that monthly giving is more important than a single gift or an ongoing but fluctuating offering. These are all valid ways of giving. Again, whether that's a structured monthly gift, whether that's a regular gift that fluctuates in the amount, or whether it's a one-time bequeathment, say, of a life insurance policy, or including them as part of the estate. Perhaps you've gotten a huge bonus and you don't need it to do a one-time offering of a large amount. These have benefits as well. Just remembering that the organization they're going into has a greater scope and an interconnectedness than we do as when we give as an individual. And an offering. So this is when you see someone, you can bless and act on it. Spontaneous or planned, choosing to share your wealth shifts us into a community perspective. Now, when making it to the finish line becomes less important than who you get there with and helping someone along their way to it, it relieves the pressure of keeping up or impressing people with life rather than living it. Wow. As you sit and contemplate that different approach, I hope it spurs you to some deeper introspection. I hope it awakens your mind to look for opportunities to enhance your well-being by releasing you from this drive to get to the end at all costs. Again, I'm reminded of The Amazing Race. I've been watching the Australia Amazing Race seasons, and it's really interesting how some of the teams come in with this mindset that at all costs, regardless of the price we pay, who we upset, how we offend, we are here to win. And then as we see them go through the race, sometimes those attitudes shift. Sometimes the couples that come into it with a great attitude of, oh, you know, we're a team effort and everything. And then we see the shift more to self as they get nearer the end. If you have been having a team approach or yes, we are competing for ourselves, but it also very much matters how we run the race, not just how we finish the race. It's a wonderful opportunity to watch how they interact with other teams, how they function within their team. When I watch that and I see these people living this out in such a high stress, impacted, condensed set of time with not unrealistic. I mean, obviously in our lives, we would not have this level of challenge with this pace in our normal daily lives. And to see how they change, how the relationships and the dynamics of interplay change. I found it to be really an eye-opener as I look at my own life and my marriage, my family, and my community. I would encourage you possibly, if this is within your venue, to watch The Amazing Race and learn about yourself while watching others and seeing how it impacts things. This week, I've chosen the sloth for our slow-moving animal. The sloth is not going to win a race, but oh my, they are adorable to look at and to watch. I find when I watch the sloth video of this sloth and he's on a highway or trying to cross a road, And what seems like it should be such a simple task for this sloth is not simple. It's not easy, and it is certainly not quick. It slows me down as I engage in the sloth's journey across this seemingly simple task. When we watch others moving through life with a different aspect, maybe a different approach, it encourages us to join them in that. So we have our little sloth with his cast on his arm here and his little smiley face. And we remember that somebody took the time to spend the money, the attention, the effort, and the compassion to see his brokenness and to come alongside his journey and help him to heal. And that blesses my heart and makes me smile. I hope it does yours as well. And if it doesn't, that's okay. You need to do your own journey. I hope you can still get something out of this lesson. But healing takes time. It's not a quick process. Putting on the cast is step one. There's a journey yet to be experienced, and he's going to need help with the journey as much as he needed the healing help of the medical benefit of the cast. So healing also often requires help. Making this a priority in our lives allows us to relieve pain and deliver hope. That is worth slowing down for, isn't it? That's worth getting to the finish line a little later for, isn't it? If we can relieve somebody else's pain, if we can deliver hope, if we can say that my journey is not so important, that I'm willing to leave you in a painful situation to struggle on your own. But I'm willing to take the time to put my agenda on hold and come alongside you in your struggle, because we're better together. All for one. I love this picture of these little guys in their little tub. It may take longer to work together. Grade 6, social studies. I believe it was the Incans. Oh, it takes longer to work together often, and it's frustrating. And it's hard to make sure everyone is on the same page. Yet, we were consistently put into group projects through school for a reason. It teaches us that there is value in working together, even if it takes us longer and causes us stress. Our families are often a great teacher of this. They may cause us stress, and they take time, and they are worth it. They are worth it. Give the gift of security and belonging by inviting people to be a part of your team, or just joining their team, getting on board with what they're doing and supporting that. Room for hope. I can almost smell this flower. It's so vibrant. I love the richness of texture and color in it, and I love the gleam in the sloth's eye. Now, perhaps I'm personificating the sloth to human emotion. Probably used all of the wrong words to describe that, but hopefully you caught what I'm meaning. And you can almost smell the wafting of the flower and share in that moment of bliss as he enjoys this natural beauty that this person is sharing with him. When we are competing to win, or when we are racing to finish, we often get grumpy and impatient. Unkindness soon follows, and we tend to run roughshod over others. Is it worth it? Anyone who has played a game with a 4-year-old, yes, you can win the game. So worth it? Anybody who has seen the Special Olympics, incredible people overcoming incredible hurdles to accomplish amazing things. And yet, so often it seems to be more about sharing and embracing the journey of one another and encouraging somebody else's hope of reaching the finish line rather than making sure that this person reaches it first. Incredible life lesson, incredible heart lesson, incredible takeaway opportunities for us in these things. So as I was watching some of the Tokyo Olympics, again, we can see such a difference in the attitude and the mindset. And it is wonderful to be really focused and accomplish great things and do incredible things that can only be accomplished with that level of commitment and sacrifice and focus. And that might be okay for a task or a time. But is that how you want to live your life? My primary values and goals for my business and my clients are peace, contentment, and love. And when we take a look at living life as a journey, not a race, it allows room for these things to grow and for us to share those values with others. I hope you enjoy your journey this week and are inspired by our friends, the sloth.